What's up, guys? This is Do1Bit Universe, and this is going to be my reaction to the death battle of Bowser versus Ganon. This has been a while for me to get to because, one, again, this is one of those fights that didn't really intrigue me, but until I realized that maybe it would be a compelling fight, because in the end, both Ganon and Bowser have had many moments where they just cannot die. But that's just one of the main reasons why I think Ganondorf is going to win this, because one, he has magic, two, there has never been an actual moment where I can legit say he's been killed, and I think it's impossible for him to be killed, because at the end of Skyward Sword, spoiler alert, Demise pretty much curses Link with an endless loop of hate and torment that he's forever to be incarnated, and then an evil me is supposed to be incarnated. So even if you do kill Ganondorf, he's not dead, because he's just gonna come back in a new generational light. But since this is a death battle, I think they're gonna cut that out and just say, okay, if Ganondorf did fight Bowser, could Bowser take him down? I don't believe Bowser can take him down, because Bowser doesn't have like the necessary means to beat Ganon. I'm not a Ganon fanboy. I barely know the guy, even though after all the games I played with Legend of Zelda. But all I do know is the Master Sword and like weapons like the Master Sword can really like do damage to him, period. Because when the Master Sword was incomplete in Wind Waker, it just like bounced off him. He's like, was this it? Like, and then he just pimp slapped him away. Just like, alright, I get it. And it takes a lot to bring both Ganon and Bowser down. Bowser takes a lot to take down. He's still here to this day and plays Mario Kart with his arch nemesis. So hey, there's that. And how the formatting to Death Battle is going to work. I'm only going to watch the battle itself, and if you want to watch the analysis between Wiz and Boomstick, go to Screw Attack and watch it yourself, and then you won't get mad if the person you want to win doesn't win and wins and stuff like that, that sort of thing. The analysis portion are not going to be my videos. I got this idea from HMK. He's one of my favorite not reactors. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He only reacted to like certain death battles that pique his interest. As for HMK, I actually thought it was pretty smart. Just watch the analysis on your own time, because it's really about you absorbing the information, and your real reaction should be to the actual fight, like 1 Minute Melee and that new DMX thing they got going. So, DBX, why am I? Oh, I don't even know what the first one I said, but alright. So this will be the reaction I'm going to cut straight to after I watch the analysis, and you'll see my reaction to the battle. So, yeah. So, see you in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate.
Okay, after the analysis, I have to actually say I have a lot more faith in Bowser now, because there's a lot of stuff that they said about him that were pretty good. But me and Ganon are still kind of, I'm on the side of Ganon. Because again, they didn't actually necessarily say magic kills him. They said like holy weapons. So it's basically, how is Ganon going to defeat a dude that can tank a black hole and a solar flare or something? Not solar flare. Your sun blowing up. Oh, I see. You tried to steal the Triforce of Power, and it's like, no, you're not the guy. This is the guy. Let's go. Ooh. Fight! Oh, I like that new fight thing. It's like a chair? Do you think the chair will do anything? And all I know is, I think I need to pay attention to the hand, because if the Triforce of Power leaves his hand, there's a possibility that he's not going to be mortal. Well, more mortal than he already kind of is. He's like, that's it? What? No. No. Really? Really? We're going JoJo Bizarre Adventure up here, or just anime in general? Where did? Oh! Drop. Ah, ha ha! Use that smash a lot. He's also a they're bringing in Mario Tennis. I haven't really played any Mario Tennis in my time, but I'm gonna guess he's like top tier or something. I can see that they can use this as a joke. This is funny. Okay. It's like, you really need to stop doing that. You would think you would learn from Link that doing that is just destroying you. Whoop. And of course, he's gonna survive the lava because they already showed that he can survive lava. But that is a thing from Ganondorf will probably think to do. It's just that these weapons that Bowser's doing, I don't see them taking him out. Here we go. Attack on Bowser. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yep. Well, that's one way to kill him. Nice going, Ganondorf, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Ganon, you're not a pig thing.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Really? Alright.
Bowser may have had the advantage in brute strength, but Ganon's deadlier magic and superior intellect won out in the end.
Ganon had his fair share of brawn as well, but what really counts is his ability to form a strategy and plan of attack.
Regardless of intelligence, both Bowser and Ganon were nearly invulnerable to typical means of harm.
That's what I
Ganon
mean.
could only be killed by holy weapons like the Master Sword and Silver Arrows, so
Okay.
while Bowser could hurt him, he couldn't exactly kill him.
So yeah, that's exactly what I
Bowser
thought.
could survive almost anything.
It is this.
In New Super Mario Bros. DS, after falling into some kind of super lava,
It's very-
to survive molten dips before unscathed.
It's called
And
inconsistency.
And after a strong enough impact, not even his own magic could reassemble his body.
You can even see the light missing in his eyes. So in this case, for all intents and purposes, Bowser was dead by magic and force. With Ganon's unlimited pool of magic power, he not only cursed Bowser's body to decay like he did the Deku Tree, but also blasted him apart with enough force to more than surpass that fall in the castle.
I see.
Ganon had this fight war locked down.
The winner is Ganon.
Alright then. Yeah, it's those points that they brought up that just made me like, this isn't gonna be like a fight that I'll see. But I already know the next fight. It's Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter.
What?
So, one, I could see why, because, you know, the new movie came out, the new game is coming out. They seem to do this a lot.
Maybe I'll just call you.
However, I can't actually wait to talk about this. Like,
Hey everybody, I'm Chad.
alright. Alright. Okay, first off, the fight. The fight was just as pretty much what I expected, which is why I took so long to watch it, because I kind of saw it coming. But as soon as I heard Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter, expect that reaction to come a lot sooner. Don't expect day one when it comes out, but expect it a lot sooner, because it is a fight that I myself has been, like, hyped up to see, because it's something I want to see. It's kind of like Bayonetta versus Dante. It's a fight that I can legit say, let's have a discussion about these two fighting. My money, right now, currently, is on Ratchet and Clank. I believe in Ratchet and Clank on beating Jak and Daxter. However, Jak and Daxter was my first experience in video games, so you could say, yes, I could have the bias level up to it, but no, I truly believe that Ratchet and Clank can take on, if not just, well, I'll just destroy, Jak and Daxter. But here's the thing, here's the good things to, like, talk about with these two. First off, needed to talk about the Ganonverse thing. You already said it. Ganon, you know, magic dude, didn't have any real means to really be hurt by Bowser, so it kind of like already set in stone. If you can't kill the dude you're supposed to fight in a death battle, how exactly are you going to win? And how exactly you're going to kill a dude that can take so much punishment until you deal enough punishment as you need to kill him. So, that being said, yeah, alright. It was a thing, but I kind of wanted to use this video to also talk about Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Now, since I don't, the thing is about this, are they going to use Ratchet and Clank from the movie, aka the rebooted first game, or are they going to use the current Ratchet and Clank because it's like the most current Ratchet and Clank there is, and that is Incident Nexus? Ratchet and Clank Incident Nexus, Incident Nexus. In this game, if they're going off this game, I have more regards to believe in Ratchet and Clank because their arsenal in this one, especially when it comes, because you know they're gonna put in the Rhino, and if they put in the Rhino 6 or 7, I think that's in this one. If they put in the Rhino 6 or 7, that's in the Incident Nexus. That Jak and Daxter are gonna have a hard time dodging the amount of fire that is in the Rhino. But if it's the Rhino in the first game, which I believe I haven't played the reboot of the first game because I'm kind of low on funds. There's nothing I want more to get the rebooted game. The game that's based off the movie, that's based off the remake of the first game, but it's so different. It's not actually a remake of the first game; it's a remaster. It's a revival, you could say. And if they are doing it, and the Rhino is still the Rhino from the first game, then you're only dealing with rockets, really. So it's like overpowered Rhino from the Nexus or something, or rockets from like the first game. And again, I haven't played the first game, so it's probably even a different Rhino. Okay, actually, after looking it up, I see that the Rhino is, in fact, kind of like the Rhino 6, and that and the fact that it shoots a ton of bullets and also fires rockets that home into targets. So I'm like, I think the home into target. Hold on, let me continue to watch the video. From what it looks like, I think it's just randomly firing rockets, but it could still also be like, okay. It all really depends if the rockets are homing into their enemies or not, because if they pull out the Rhino, that's one of the main things that like is gonna just hit or miss this battle. At least to me, there's probably some things Jak and Daxter can do to counter against it. Because the one thing about the Rhino is that it's kind of inconsistent. So you know, who knows? So because the first Rhino in the first game is just like a standard rocket launcher, people didn't really like declare it as a great Rhino, but since they upgraded it to be like this, and plus it plays the symphony. It plays the symphony when you fire it, so you know they're gonna have fun with that. So yeah, I just need to throw that out. But they can even put in the Rhino 7 and be like, we skipped a few models for all that we know. But for that being stated, there are points for Ratchet and Clank. I do believe Ratchet and Clank have the better arsenal, even though Jak and Daxter have shown to have plenty of arsenal with the later, Jak 2, Jak 3. But I think we all can agree that Ratchet has a more variety of weapons. He has a disco ball that makes you dance. If they don't utilize that in the battle, I'm going to be really disappointed, actually. He has a more variety of weapons, and I think he's even more trained with it because he's more trained with the weapons after all the times he's been using it. And he has the hover boots, he has all these things. And combat experience along with Jak and Daxter, they have combat experience as well. Now, as for I know the thing they're probably gonna do, have Daxter fight Clank and have Ratchet fight Jak, and those sort of things, like a one-on-one. At first, I was like, okay, in a real fight, Clank could take on Daxter easily, until I realized, oh yeah, they had a PSP game of Jak and Daxter, where Daxter can turn into a giant eco, or a dark eco thing, so it's not one-sided like I thought it would be. Clank can still probably take on Daxter, because here's the thing. Clank is smarter than Daxter. That's one thing we can all agree on. Clank is smarter than Daxter. And sometimes brain is better than brawn, so when Daxter turns Dark Eco mode, Clank can probably think of something, do something that can take him out, because in the game, I did see a scene where he's running away from this giant thing, so this wouldn't be the first time he's fighting something bigger than him, and especially with Secret Agent Clank and all these other things that we know about Clank, he can handle himself. As for Ratchet versus Jak, the one thing that needs to be utilized, and I need to see how he's going to handle it, you could say Ratchet trumps Jak when it comes to weapons and how to use them, and also maneuverability. Probably with the same thing, they're probably evenly matched when it comes to close quarter combat, because they both have their own methods of fighting. While Ratchet has his wrench, Jak has his fists, and in the PSP game he does have his own little staff. But if they go on toe-to-toe in front of each other, it's going to be an interesting match. As for Dark Eco and Light Eco, I saw the trailer to Jak, and they're going to see if they can utilize all the Eco. So he's going to use Green Eco at some point to heal himself and cause a shield. Use Orange Eco to, I think it's called Orange Eco, to fire projectiles without a gun. blue eco to charge and run fast, break boxes, and charge things, and all this other eco. But he's gonna use dark eco and light eco. Those are the main eco sources that he's gonna use mainly. In the main depth analysis, they're gonna say like dark eco, the power of the dark eco that Jack has. He can like shred tons of enemies in one fell swoop with one attack, and jump in the air and do this weird seismic wave of catastrophic destruction of dark energy. And the light eco is all about he can heal, he can slow down time, he can do these other things, and all this other stuff that with light eco and dark eco, that's the one thing that he has over Ratchet. Ratchet doesn't have like supernatural like powers like Jack does. However, he has fought things that utilize his power, so don't think that he cannot take on Jack because he has these powers. So with that being said, I like this fight because they both have many pros and cons that counteract each other. While Ratchet has the skill to take on whatever it is Jack can probably throw at him, Jack also has the same necessary skills to probably dodge and weave over many of the separate things that Ratchet has. Clank can fight Daxter. Daxter in on himself can't really fight in the game that in his PSP game he could fight. I forget, does he only fight insects or does he actually fight things like that? But Clank is no insect or probably anything that he's probably fought in that game. Clank is a smart death machine robot, failed death machine robot thing, and I think it's really going to be about teamwork, because one of the main things about Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank that people like to debate over who's the better team right here. It's like, sure, Clank has a lot more to go for when it comes to being a better teammate, but Daxter's all about morale. Every time you die, he says something great. So it's just like, okay. But as for me, when it comes to who's the better partner system, I like both of them as equals. And for anyone who probably like was thinking, I was thinking they were gonna do like a triple threat death battle thing that Sony did with the game that I really wish would have been good, so I actually played. But no, it was bad because it's from the PlayStation Move, and anything from that is just I'm not even gonna get in and start on that. I thought they were gonna have Sly Cooper versus Jack and versus Ratchet, and don't have like Clank and Daxter. It's gonna be a three-way thing battle. But no, I'm guessing gonna save Sly for someone else. I'm not really sure who they're gonna save him for, but if they bring him someone back, because those main three were my like main three childhood games that I used to play. Sly Cooper was a great trilogy series. I loved. Ratchet and Clank is a big series that hasn't been abandoned by its creators, which I'm so happy for, unlike Jak and Daxter has been. And Sly Cooper, yeah, sure, Sly Cooper got a fourth game, but it wasn't from the same company, and it felt different, even though I knew it kind of had pretty much all this. It's kind of like new Powerpuff Girls, really. Like, that's the best way I can put it. It's like new Powerpuff Girls. It's the same, but for some reason, I can't feel anything else but the fact that it's different. Especially the final boss. The final boss really ticked me off. So, that's the thing. As for, yeah, just the death battle in on itself, that battle is going to be great, and do expect that one to come out soon, because I really want to see that one. Unlike this, I could just like wait until like closer for the next one to come in. And this one, alright. This one's okay. And the next one's going to be great. I can already see. It all depends on which Ratchet they're using, because I want to see what Rhino they're going to use, because they have to give Ratchet all of his weapons that he would have gotten, all of his arsenal, including a Rhino. And that's going to be his trump card. They're going to have to probably use that at the end or during the fight. I don't know, but that's going to be a good fight. So yeah, this is Do You Want to Be the Universe? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.